right, good morning.
Good afternoon.
My name is Vahid Chitsaz, part of the elite Mastermind group. This is where we talk about Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich philosophy. So let's dive into it. Go ahead and
What's up,
introduce
dude? How are
yourself.
you?
Tell us where you from originally, and let's see how you got introduced to Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich.
Hi, Vahid. As you know, we've met before. I'm Llewellyn.
Right.
Yeah. I'm from South Africa. Hello, South Africa in the house. What's happening?
South Africa in
Um,
the house.
that's what's happening. Yeah. So basically, I
How did
read
you
Think
get
and
started with Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill?
I've read it about close to 10 times now. Um, and it's been quite a journey over the years and building my companies over the years and whatnot. And it's been quite an interesting kind of like book that kind of like illuminates a lot of things that I was going through. And it's something that I actually kind of like obviously basically recommend to people because it makes sense. It explains the journey.
How were you able to, well, how old were you when you first started reading it, and you have been studying it for this time? How old were you? The other question that I have is, what are you using it in your companies to grow them?
So, I read the book when I was, I think, 24. People said I must read it, and thing is, I didn't get it. And a book like this only comes alive when you start applying the lessons and applying the principles. So, with books like that, you only start to get from it what you're ready to receive. And so, you're not doing anything, you don't get anything from it. But I've built a company, I've created a product that basically helps people with hangovers.
We talked
I'm now
about it last
coaching.
time, right?
Yeah, we did. Lohokla_global, which is alcohol spell backwards _global. And now I'm going into my own seminars next year where I'm going to be teaching mindset principles, basically, that come off the book to some extent, because the book is not about, it doesn't teach principles, it teaches mindset. It teaches magnetizing your mind to attract different things, because as long as you're alive, you're going to attract certain things. You know what I mean? So that's what the book taught me. And so right now I'm going into that. I'm publishing my book next year. The Art of Being Dope, coming out next year, The Art of Being Dope. And it's really just about those principles that he speaks of in Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil and Laws of Success, which has been like repetition. They say a leader is a kind of person who keeps repeating what he says. So yeah, so that's basically what the book taught me. It made me realize what the journey I was going through was about. And that's basically just magnetizing your mind for success. It's basically what it was
So
about.
tell me a little bit about coaching mindset. Let's say I never heard of Napoleon Hill. Let's say I haven't done self-development, but I do want to get into business. I have a 9-to-5 job, just like many other people do, because they got to provide for their family. Totally fine. So now you do that. What is your recommendation for me to do after 5 p.m. that I finish my work? And how can I get my mindset where I could think like entrepreneurs and business owners?
So the thing is, each person in life was sent here with a certain level of gifting, okay? And each one of us were called to be leaders in an area of our gifting. The whole thing is that it's not necessarily about people saying be entrepreneurs or be business-minded or whatever the case is, that you have to follow your own gifting. And people like to say, oh, follow your passion, follow your passion. It's more about being able to follow your efforts. What are you doing naturally? What do you think about doing all the time? What do you want to do? What do you have inside of you that you can contribute to the world? Because it's all about contribution. Money doesn't come because of some strategy or some magical touch you do. It's about how do you serve somebody else outside of yourself. That's how money happens. So my thing is that a person has to ask themselves, okay, cool. On weekends, what am I doing? After 5 p.m., what am I doing? And if you aren't adding value to people naturally without anybody telling you, you're not going to get money. It's not going to happen. So the first thing you must ask yourself is, what do you have in yourself that you can add value to others using skills and gifts that you have naturally? And you have to work on those after 5 p.m. on the weekend, whichever way it goes. If you don't do that, I'm writing a book right now. It's not convenient for me to write the book, but I do it because I care. I value it. Next year when the book is published, what happens? I get money because I care about this kind of stuff that I've gotten up here and I can teach to people. It's value. That's all it's about. People like to make it complicated about having businesses and entrepreneurship, and a lot of people aren't gifted in that area. So you have to be able to find your gifts and then express those in a form of value for other people. Boom. That's how you do it. Nothing complicated about the process. But people do it, overcomplicated it.
So in your journey, what's been the most difficult thing that you had to overcome in order to achieve so far? And what do you need to overcome to get more? on your
So
success path?
So it's firstly your own programming. You know, you have to get over your own programming, how you've been programmed. We've all been educated in restrictions. We've all underwent a process that made us believe that we don't believe in ourselves. So the biggest hurdle I had to go through in hindsight was being able to reprogram my mindset from that of lack and operating in a competition phase where everybody's about, you know, it's if you win, I lose. If I win, you lose. You know, it was about going from that mindset to saying, okay,
Exactly.
let us go to abundance and let us know that if this, you are infinite, you can do so much more as a person. So the first thing a person must beat is their own mindset, their own programming, their own bullshit. Once you get past your own bullshit and get out of your own way, you're done. And that's the main thing. That's the first one.
When you get off your own bullshit.
You gotta
When you
get past
punch
your own bullshit.
yourself in the face to wake up, you got to get things done. I
Yeah,
love
you
that.
know,
I'm going to use
I
that.
always have a quote that says your new life will cost you your old life. You know, you can't operate in both realities. It doesn't work that way. That was the biggest hurdle for me, getting past the old mindset.
I agree with that. And so many people suffer from that also too. Not that they, I don't want to say if they're at their fault. I think the more you study, the more you learn, the more you apply, the more you surround yourself with entrepreneurs, the more you pour in as much as you can, and you got to internalize it. I know a lot of, how do I say this? I know a lot of educated, formal education. I know a whole lot of educated people that are broke. But I also know a lot of people that are self-educated, that are wealthy, providing for the families. And obviously, you have this argument back and forth, which one is more important, which one gives more fruit. You know, I understand that concept, but you got to pick one and you just got to be good at it. You know, if you got formal education, go put it to use and make money. If you don't have it, then you just got to overcome that. But I think it comes from within. I think success is within, and just like you said, the effort. It's not convenient to write a book because now that's extra time that you needed to, you know, create. Nobody's got extra time. You just got to delegate and do time management. Let me ask you a question. What is the biggest hurdle that you need to go over from where you at till the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years for you to achieve the goals that you have written down for yourself? What is that going to be? What kind of challenges do you need to overcome there?
I mean, you know, it comes down to the law of sacrifice. The higher you want to go, the more you have to sacrifice who you are, you know. So it's more about, you know, once you breach the bullshit phase, what you have from there is only yourself. So the only thing right now is that I have to maintain discipline, you know, which is why for me, like with my girlfriend, like we have a mastermind alliance right now. You know, that helps me because it keeps me in line, it keeps me focused. And the whole thing is just making sure that I don't become comfortable with what I have, because the enemy of great is never something bad. The enemy of great is something good. So my issue is to make sure that I don't become complacent. Now that I've got some sort of success, I mustn't be like, oh, whatever. I must still be on fire. Yeah, I must still be hungry. I must still be going after things. And that's the main thing. It's that thing of Steve Jobs, stay hungry, stay foolish. That's the biggest hurdle I have to face right now. And that's where I'm at right now. But like I said, the major thing is getting past where I was before. But now it's staying hungry, staying foolish, being hungry, going for it. Boom. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, I'm very, very excited for us to do more of these things. You and I are going to be in contact. We've been in contact. We've been doing a lot of good stuff. I think 2019 is the year where we're going to do a lot of the things that we've been planting and we've been working on. I think it's going to flourish in 2019, and I'm very, very excited. Thank you so much for being with us and spending this time. God bless, and see you later, brother.
Cool. Thank you.